It is time once again for In the Know. And we have here some gorgeous footage of Hay River. Right there in the Northwest Territories, you see the Aurora Borealis, some great video footage right there, and some photo footage to go with it. If you ever get the chance to get up and see it live, you want to see it live, our own Nathan Coleman did. There he is, right there under the stars, right there under the northern lights. And he's looking pretty happy, despite the fact that I know he was also very, very cold. Look at that, with the icicles on his eyelashes. That is a very cold face. But you know what? Let's go to a very warm face. And I'm talking about meteorologist Nadine Powell. Happy Valentine's Day, Nadine.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, my friend. Yes, we're all feeling warm in our hearts, despite the fact that some of us might be frozen. But yeah, the polar vortex, we're talking about that this weekend, sits atop the poles, and it really has been gripping the territories for us these last few days. When it's strong, that's where we see the cold really focused across the north. When it's weak, we tend to get some of that cold air seeping southward. But this week, we are continuing to see, this weekend rather, continuing to see those temperatures into the -30s and -40s. Just take a look at the -50 club for us. Keep an eye on Thompson River there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days where the temperature hit ward -50 or colder.
I can't even imagine how cold it, you know, you see footage like this. This is from Yellowknife that Nathan Coleman sent us. And you see this, we see snow like this across Canada, but you cannot see that intense cold. You can't see the difference between -10 and -50. But oh my God, it is brutal. And check this out. There's a castle made of ice, an ice castle. That is something that is not possible. You can't make that in places where it's just below zero for a week or two.
But, you know, just the sun on the low horizon there in the distance, looking quite pretty with that ice castle. But, you know, we talked about the temperatures, a -50 club, but just take a look at some of the most recent wind chills for us in the -50s. And even from a few days ago in Cambridge Bay, a wind chill of -64. You know what? I cannot even imagine, like you were saying, how cold that must feel. Wind chill and frostbite perhaps setting in just a matter of a few minutes. But we're starting to see some changes on the way, Ward.
That's good news because it has been brutal. I know a postal worker that got frostbite. You mentioned that, and can't wait for the warmer temperatures. So many Canadians work outside too.
Yeah, certainly so. February started off essentially with the warmth across the west. We were frigid across southern Ontario and southern Quebec. But as we head into the coming days, Ward, now we're going to start to see across western Canada some colder air coming in. We'll see some heavy snowfall spreading across the west. And we are actually looking at the potential for maybe even some snow spreading across parts of BC, across the lower mainland. So you see here, Ward, the second half of February, we get a reversal of the pattern where we are very, very cold for us across the west, where still we are into the warmth across parts of Atlantic Canada.
Flipping it around a little bit, you know, it was pretty mild throughout January and February in the west. And then in Toronto, look at this just last week, you know, -13, -12. Now this weekend, we're going above freezing.
Yeah, and then we are watching for the coming days. I did mention that system across the west spreading that heavy snowfall. So this is upcoming for us this week. And we also have some of that snow spreading into Ontario with cold to the north and warm to the south.